Alrighty guys, there you go, 4.2.19, RX version 1.2.17, and flight controller version 1.5.25. This is the 2017's newest firmware release for the standard, for the 4.2.19, but I believe the RX and the FC are available for anyone who wants to test them. However, this has not been released by Hubsan yet. I convinced Shally Liu to let me test these, so I believe I am the first person to test the new software outside of Hubsan's tech support. I could be wrong on that, but I haven't seen any videos with anybody else running this firmware, and she sent me everything I needed to install it, so I went ahead and did that. This is new for me to actually have Hubsan allowing me to play with some of their software, so I have all the files right here that she sent me, and I have all my favorite firmwares up there at the top in case I want to go back to them. But there you go, man. This is all installed and ready for tomorrow, but I want to show you guys something cool here. I'm going to go ahead and exit out of this, and I'm going to hold down the video button. And I know that somebody noticed this in 1.1.23, but this is a totally different firmware. This is version 1.5.25. I'm going to go ahead and hold the video button down and watch what it says. Circle fly. It said that on version 1.1.23 as well. I'm wondering if this actually works with the new firmware. I will not know until we test it tomorrow, get it up in the air and compass calibrate it. And it's too dark to go fly right now, but I will be testing all of this tomorrow, so I will see you guys when I wake up. Wish me the best of luck. Like I said, I do not believe this firmware is available to anyone yet. I checked all the Hubsan sites and they have not uploaded it to any of their sites that I am aware of, but Shally was for some reason nice enough to send it to me for testing, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. I'll let you guys know what I think. Alright guys, I gotta be a little quick about this test here, but first thing we're gonna do is go ahead and arm the motors. I've done the compass calibration, and let's get this thing in the air, see how stable the GPS lock is. This is all new firmware, so we're in testing phase here. Send it up a little bit higher, barometer still bouncing around. Let's go ahead and start the recording. Excellent. Let's send it out a ways. It reacted pretty well. It's a little twitchy in GPS mode. Feels like they've adjusted the rates to make it faster. They have. It's much quicker. Okay, so that's cool. GPS mode definitely is a little bit more zippy. As you can see, it's coming in pretty hot. They've started to calculate for what people want. It's definitely flying a lot zippier. Okay. Let's go ahead and test follow me mode. I'm going to activate that now. Following on. It didn't follow me. Oh, it was just starting to. Let's go ahead and activate it again. That took a while to kick on. Let's see if it actually turns towards me, and it has turned past me. It's somewhere pointing over there. I don't know where it's going. I'm over here. Can you not tell that I'm over? Wow, it's twitching. And okay, so once again, follow me mode is still broken. That's too bad. Okay, this is the fun one everyone's been asking about. Circle me mode. You guys ready? We're gonna go ahead and see if this activates. I'm gonna hold the record button down. I've activated it. It has done nothing. What is circle me fly does nothing. Let's hold it down again and see what it does. It's definitely not circling me. It says circle fly and nothing happens. Circle fly, nothing. Okay. So, follow me mode is still a hiccup. Let's go ahead and send it out a little ways. I'll fly it using the screen here for a sec. I'll send it out, and that's good enough. We'll take it up, and now for the next fun part, RTH. Let's see how this works. It's currently pointed directly forward there, so let's see if it bails into the antenna lines. It looks like it's thinking. Oh! Backwards! Damn it! Whoa, what was that? What was that? Jesus. That is the worst return to home I have ever seen. I've never seen a quad get so jumpy on the way back. Whoa, 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 whoa. What the fuck is it doing? Oh my God. This thing is sketchy. I'm going to do that again just to make sure I wasn't convincing myself something was wrong there. Alright, let's let it settle. Okay, one more time. Turn to home. There we go. It's going up on its own to make sure that it was at least, 20, 30 feet off the ground. Now it's making some kind of adjustment. It's coming back fast. Let's see if it twitches again. That was really weird. Alright, well, it didn't twitch that time. Let's see if it starts setting down. Okay, we're going to go ahead and turn it off. Alright, so it worked much better that time. That was really funky, what it did. So let's go ahead and send this up. The kids have just gotten outside, and we're going to make sure that we're high enough to get over those telephone poles over there. We'll send it up a good 30 meters, and we're going to try to reach those trees and see what kind of range this has. Alright, let's see we're push forward. It's really sketching out. It just doesn't want to fly straight. It wants to keep going all over the place. Look at that. What is that all about? It's not even on its original course. Oh my gosh, this silly thing. Okay, let's see where we're at here. That's me down there. So we're going to go ahead and try to reach the other half of the field if it's ever going to let me go straight. I'm pushing straight forward, and it's like wanting to push itself to the side. We'll see. I'm going to see how far we can go. Okay, we're 120, 130 meters, 140, 157, 174, 190, 200, 220, 228, 230, 241. Let's bring it up higher here. 280, 290. Alright, well that's as far as I'm going to go there, guys, because I don't feel comfortable in this area, but we did reach 301 meters. I still have FPV. I'm going to hit return to home and just hope it comes back properly. I'm so skittish of return to home right now. Let's see what happens. Just now got down to 7.4 volts. I can see it coming back. It's just above the telephone or the power line there. I got to get out of here because the kids are outside, and pretty soon I'm gonna have a teacher going berserk on me here if I don't clear this area. So at 300 meters it was still holding FPV pretty good. It's returning a lot slower than the old RTH used to do. The old RTH used to fly back much faster. That's considerably slower than the old RTH used to come in at. I don't understand why they've slowed the RTH down like that. And once again, guys, it still doesn't return home facing you. I will never figure that out. They can do it for the cheapest quad they have. They can do it for the 502E, but they can't do it for their 501S. I don't get that.
What's up, guys? So I just got back from the flight, and I did notice some real glitchiness happening. Now that might be software, and it might have been the wind. It might be, the firmware. It might be the wind. We'll do a second test to see what I think. As far as range went, it seemed to get pretty good range. It had solid FPV at 320 meters or 302 meters, and that was around telephone poles and electrical lines and all that fun stuff. So seems to get pretty good range, better than most of you out of the box if you live in the States. So RTH was a little sketchy at first, and then Did the second test and it seemed to come back much better. But once again, RTH is still coming home in the wrong direction. I can't understand how they can do it to their cheapest bird and make it turn around the 502E and come back at you. They can't do it with the 501S. This has been months of ongoing, silliness that Hubsan hasn't corrected. So that still kind of irritates me. And I know they have a D7 editing program, but guys, you shouldn't have to do that. Out of the box, it should be able to turn around and come back at you. It's just one of those things that, is a major annoyance for the 501S. Range, it did pretty darn good. We did go to 302 meters. I never had 2.4 loss or FPV. Got a little, sketchy at times. It kind of went fuzzy and came back. But it was still solid at 302, so you can always expect the fuzz when you're around power lines and things. I'm guessing it'll probably at least reach 500 meters if it had to, which, like I said, out of the box is still beating most of what you guys are getting. So, my concern is that the failsafe was really sketchy. When I hit RTH, it was had this instability wobble that just took place. So then I tested it the second time, and it seemed to do much better. Now, that could just be my compass calibration was really crummy. I only had to turn once for compass 1, and then compass 2 required me to turn 3 times, so that was interesting, both clockwise. But like I said, this is the first test, and I can't really put too much judgment on the firmware. Right now, I'm still thinking that I prefer Superflyer to this. Circle me mode, once again, whatever Circle Fly is, didn't work. That could just be a built-in function on accident, or I have no clue if they're going to release something in the future that's actually going to let you use Circle Fly. It did come on the software that I installed, so you never know. But it did get pretty solid range. I was happy with the range. It wasn't too bad. And the barometer still bouncing around. The only way you can make up for that is by taking it apart and putting a little piece of foam over the barometer so it doesn't jump around so much. But other than that, it was all right. It wasn't a bad flight. I can tell physically by watching it that they've sped up the GPS rates a little bit so people can fly a little faster in GPS mode. It was considerably more noticeable. But at the same time, it also made it a little more twitchy because then the GPS is trying to adjust for faster movements. So it has its ups, it has its downs. It allows you to cover a much faster distance, but that moving faster might have been what kept causing it to veer off when I was pushing straight, at an altitude. But then again, that could also have been the wind, which is why this is test number 1. So my initial take on this is it's okay. It's not horrible. It's not as bad as what I came off with 1.6.25. That was interesting. But then again, I don't think that was also designed for here. That was designed for other countries in the Southern Hemisphere, I believe. So, initial take on it is it's all right. I personally am probably still going to switch back to Superflyer. And, for all you advanced users that keep saying Superflyer is junk, it's not junk. You just have to understand that Hubsan just updated the transmitters. Sorry, I forgot to turn my notifications off, man. Sorry about that. But Hubsan just made some firmware adjustments to the advanced transmitter. So if you guys are just getting these in the mail, then most likely they're coming with the newest firmwares. And that's why you're having issues. So don't judge the Superflyer package because it just means that the firmwares aren't communicating properly. It's just they've changed things. So standard users are still getting pretty good use out of it. They shouldn't be having too many problems. And if they are, like I said, we troubleshoot together. So I can't help you if you have a defective Hubsan. We can go over everything that I know, but if you think about it in your head, 4.2.8 and 4.2.9 are the strongest signal bands that were produced for the standard transmitter. So once you install those, if you're telling me you're still not getting good range, then I'm going to have to assume that something is still wrong with your unit, okay? And that can't be corrected by me. I can do my best. We can troubleshoot. We can try different things. But, in the end, like I said, some parts just don't have the power. They're a little more defective than other parts. Guys, that's what happens when you mass produce these cheap products. So for the most part, Hubsan is a pretty darn good bird. As you can see, I've put this thing through the works, man. It's been through tons of different firmware. I've never lost it. I crashed it once into a tree branch in altitude hold because I forgot that when you hit the brakes in altitude hold, it loves to gain altitude, which defeats the purpose of altitude hold. That was another glitch I was not happy about, and I still doubt they've corrected that. Now, I didn't get a chance to try altitude hold today, but tomorrow we're going to do a range test. before I go to Morris Coles. We're going to take it down to the golf course and see exactly what kind of range the new firmware gets, and we will go from there. My initial take on it right now is that it's okay. If you are having problems out of the box with range only going 90 meters and stuff, then I will make this available for download if you guys would like to. It is, oh my gosh, YouTube, people, you can't comment while I'm making videos, man. I always try to remember to turn my notifications off, otherwise I'm constantly getting YouTube comments. I forgot today, I apologize. But if you guys are having problems out of the box, then, this might be a good software. Follow Me mode is still glitching horribly. I don't know if they're ever going to fix that. That's been months and months of this ongoing. As soon as you change your firmware, Follow Me mode kind of goes out the window, and we'll test it again tomorrow. But, it's just, the camera should never go, burp. Why is it pointing that way? When I first got my bird on 1.1.17, it would directly stare at you. It would, boom, it was on dot with it. And as soon as we changed the firmware, Follow Me mode kind of right out the window. So one of those things, But anyways, guys, this is Drone Worship. Initial take, it's all right. I'm not thoroughly impressed, but for those of you out of the box that are just looking for maybe some more range, without having to do super flyer for insane range, this is probably good for you. Now, like I said, we don't know exactly what kind of range this gets because I haven't thoroughly tested it. I don't like going over houses and things, just potential for damage and danger. So we will take it down to the golf course and we will try to do a straight shot down the golf course if I can and see where it goes from there. So Drone Worship, and I'm out. Toodaloo.
Give yourself to the dark side.